We had someone write in saying, I'd like your advice in creating private one-on-one or group retreats for women where we can really wake them up to bliss and pleasure and inspire them to get them to leave all their shit behind. And I want to do it without the crazy drama, attachment, and baggage that I used to leave my exes with. I want to do it consciously so that we both have positive, wonderful experiences we won't regret. What do I do?
This looks like a job for Sex Geek Design Studio.
Yes, it does, actually.
Yes. This is Cathy Bartuli from the IntimacyDojo.com.
And I am here with Reid from ReidAboutSex.com and...
Hi, Cathy.
Sex Geek Summer.
I am the creator of Sex Geek Summer Camp.
And Sex Geek Design Studio.
And Sex Geek Design Studio. And a bunch of other things with Sex Geek in them. So...
Yeah, so... if you want to create something for people, I think part of it is having really clear boundaries and expectations ahead of time. And vetting people, because some people just aren't ready for that level of intimacy without getting attached.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is a design question. It's also a facilitation question. Because you can design a really great workshop experience, be really thoughtful and about trying to figure out, like, what are the constraints, what are the constraints for the people that are showing up, like, who's a good fit for this workshop. And then by figuring out who's a good fit and what the constraints are and then your intentions, it starts to reveal itself around, oh my goodness, like, so this is what the workshop needs to be something like this. And, you know, here are the things to watch out for. And then knowing all of those things starts to help you figure out, like, what the promotional copy is, because the invitation then becomes your way of educating people to figure out if this retreat is for them or not. And when you can design things thoughtfully and promote things thoughtfully so that the right kinds of people are coming to your event who are in the right place in their journey, and that you also designed an event that works really well for you, then things go more smoothly. But when there's an upset or drama, is it the drama that's coming from people working through their shit, or because this was poorly designed and executed?
Yeah.
That's, you know, leaving the drama behind. For me as a design nerd, I'm like, well, what kind of drama are we talking about? Like, is it the drama of people having an emotional release, or are you just a crappy facilitator and the bus has gone off the road and is now in the gully and speeding across a field, and that's why it's so bumpy?
Well, I mean, just if they're doing, he's talking about, or they are talking about some one-on-one events too, like your slut protocols. What is the link again?
It's readaboutsexcom/protocols.
Protocols. That might be good to weave into that, like ways to prevent deep attachment from happening. You don't want to spend the night together. You don't want to, like, there's things you can do to help keep an emotional distance while still going deep with people.
Yeah, like going deep with people, and this is one of the situations where power dynamics are actually quite useful, in that you are the teacher, and if they're becoming attached to the teacher, you can point to that. Like, we're not boyfriend, girlfriend. Like, what are you attached to? They might be attached to the fact that you're the only one who can get them through the dark night of the soul, but you have to tell them that's not true. Because if you're telling them that that's true, now you're reinforcing this guru model that's bullshit. Like, that's not healthy. I'm the only one who can set you free is not healthy, and you need to go get some therapy if you're that kind of person. And I obviously have opinions and feelings about this, because you want to be teaching people how to fish, not giving them the fish and telling them that I'm the only one you get the fish from. And that's just sloppy, and that disempowers people. It leaves them dependent on you, and you have some shadow work to do on that.
Yeah. And then just, I mean, having clear understanding with someone, having it really, like, if you decide you want to go forward, having I love the Safer Sex Elevator speech to kind of everyone feels safe there or safer there, and having agreements. Okay, this is what explicitly is on the table. These are the things that are not. Making it defined.
I feel like I'm not understanding the question that got written in, because you're saying all these things. I'm like, I didn't pick that up from what you shared.
So I think crazy drama, attachments, and baggage that when you leave
for
your
one-on-one stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is coaching. Mm-hmm. This is not. You're not doing a one-on-one workshop with somebody. You're doing a session.
Or I thought it said or retreats.
Yeah, but if a one-on-one retreat for somebody is, again, like that can be so problematic. So I know in the Tantra world, there are a lot of people that'll do like retreat sessions, and then I have sex worker friends who do multiple day trips with clients. If you're doing while sex work can be soul growth, you're providing an experience, and you're not necessarily, while sex work can be therapeutic, you're not trying to be somebody's therapist or guru. You're providing a girlfriend or boyfriend experience, and you're doing you might be doing some deep healing work with people. But if you're doing a retreat and there's genital touching involved, whether you think that's sex work or not, I'll let you identify with that. To me, that is also sex work, but there's a healing component. One of your easiest things to do immediately is to make sure they have a therapist, so that they have somebody to process with. If you do not make sure they have a therapist, you are asking for trouble. It's just gonna be more difficult for them not to bond on you. And transference, and you can find a therapist friend, get yourself a therapist, and pay them to talk to you about transference and things like that. But whenever you create really deep cathartic experiences with people, who are their support groups, so that you can disengage from them and allow them to have their own sense of self rather than imprinting on you. It is so difficult for there not to be transference with the deep sexual healing work. And again, that's my opinion, and that's my experience. And that's my experience also from talking to a lot of other healers, or however you want to identify, in that world. And so, again, like, we're trying to cover all this in like a 7-minute video, so it's impossible to do that.
Or you can come to Design Studio and get 3 days. You
can check out Sex Geek Design Studio, which is at sexgeekdesignstudio.com. That's a 3-day event. And when we don't have that event available, we have the videos from that event available, so that you can learn how I look at and problem solve design issues. And then there's also facilitation as well. And I feel like I'm talking a lot, but like, if any of this is helpful, and for people watching, like, leave in the comments, like, what did you think was useful or helpful?
Yeah.
And if you have more questions, you can reach out to me always at support@readaboutsex.com, and email me your thoughts.
Hope this helped.